Yeah, that's my response to that question. Zap. Hey, we're a prince now. To the palace. Like, honestly, yeah, this is maybe a little bit of excessive dialogue for this style of game, but the game's done in like 20 minutes anyways, so who cares? So this is the one part of the game that probably departs the most from the films, is Aladdin sneaking into the palace as... Fuck, what's his name? I've been bragging about how I've, like, memorized the dialogue of this film word for word. Prince Ali Ababwa sneaking into the palace here. So you have to actually read the manual to figure this out, but you can pick up stones and throw them, and that'll stun the guards. It took me forever to get through this level. This level took so much trial and error. Fuck, when I was a kid. I did not want to grab that ledge. Feels like a novelization of the film. Did you ever read one of those? I read a lot of film novelizations when I was a kid. They were in the young adult fiction section, and I went to the library every week, and there were only so many books to read, so like I was, you know, I would always read the novelization of whatever film I was interested in back in the day. I read the novelization of Star Wars Episode 1. I read the novelization of Jurassic Park, which it turns out is actually the original. I did not know at the time that Jurassic Park was a novel to begin with. I thought it was just another one of those, like, cheap, you know, movie tie-ins. It's like, oh, they made a novel of Jurassic Park. How quaint. What a lark that someone bothered to write an entire novel of a Steven Spielberg film. I was like 9 at the time, but I talked like that. I thought like that when I was 9 years old. But yeah, I read Jurassic Park. I read the novelization, quote-unquote, of Jurassic Park. These... Whoa! Okay. It's instant death. It's instant death if the guards catch you. The chandeliers were fine. There are probably not enough chandeliers in the entire level to kill me, even if every single one hit me. Frickin' what's his name? The guard, though? Thank you. There's our checkpoint. No! That's fine. We just got a checkpoint, so it's fine. I like this music here. LOL! He just got hit by his own chandelier. Yeah, this sucks. This screen sucks. I hate this place. Maybe I should go down the stairs while he's stunned. Fuck. There we go. Oh, I lost all my rocks. I had like 4 rocks in my pocket before we game over, and now I've got 1. No! Thank you. Thank you for giving up the chase so easily. Raja. No, that's not his name. Raja's the tiger. Fuck, what's this guy's name? Does anyone know? He had a name. In the animated series, he had a name. Ow. That wasn't his name. Rafiki? No, that's a different movie. What? Oh, I can only have one key at a time. What? What's going on here? Can we respawn that key? Because if not... Ugh. If not, I don't know what to do here. Oh dear. How do I get through that door? Oh, I remember. I remember. Yeah. Gotta get that guy. He can see through the walls. He's got X-ray vision. But thankfully he's also really stupid, so we can just get him to hit that button and then run back. Like, isn't this such a good fit for Aladdin gameplay, though? Like, Aladdin meets Prince of Persia. Like, Aladdin with Prince of Persia gameplay. What a great idea. This game doesn't have the greatest level design. Can I grab that rock if I wait for this guy to patrol? No? Okay. Oh, I missed this rock over here. There we go. Just need a rock. Nice try. I'm trying to think of what's left in this game. I think there are literally 2 stages after this. We've got Whole New World. We've got Chasing Jafar. And then I think we got the final boss. That's it. Don't need that. No guards, no guards, no guards. Thank you. How about a scarab? It's been a while since our last one. No? Okay. You don't have to. Heading out? More Game Gear in this stream than you have in your entire life? That's fair, you're not missing much. I'm kind of just finishing this game through stubbornness. Like, Deep Dark Trouble, I kind of encourage you guys to stick it out till the end game. Because we were going to see some really cool stuff, which we did. That river raft thing was crazy. Like, I can't believe that even exists in a video game. Like, look at the background murals to find the way forward. That was nuts in a Game Gear game. I would have never figured that out as a kid. This game's pretty... whatever. Like, honestly, just play the Genesis version. Just play the Super Nintendo version. Yeah, I just think it's kind of interesting how closely this version follows the films. Like, right down to the dialogue, word for word. But, yeah. Have a good sleep, Zap. We'll catch you later. Thanks for sticking around. And for your wicked quips, as usual. I am not a prize to be won! It's like one of the most memorable feministy lines in the whole film. It's fine. She's a woman. Just give her time to calm down. Oh, I love the way that this version handles the Whole New World sequence. I think it's time to say goodbye to Prince Abubu. I love the way that this version handles the Whole New World segment. So, in the Super Nintendo version, Whole New World is a bonus stage where all you do is fly on the magic carpet and collect gems. I can't remember if they even do anything with it on the Sega Genesis. I think it's just a cutscene. I think it's just a little story scene that happens. Simple little short musical number on the Sega Genesis. What this game does with the Whole New World song is pretty great. I think I actually like this version the best. Oh shit, he killed himself. Nah, it's fine. We got a flying rug. I would never, never, ever in a million years want to ride a magic carpet. Is it safe? No. No, it's not. Do you trust me? Yeah, that's a great answer. That's a great answer to the question, is it safe? Is it safe? Do you trust me? What the fuck did you just say to me? That's the correct answer to that question. That's always the correct answer to the question, do you trust me? Not that. Not yes. Don't say yes. Say, what the fuck did you just say to me? All right, here we go. Here we go. So in this version of the game, Whole New World is a fucking shmup section with buildings and ducks and tornadoes and lightning for you to dodge. Also, it has my favorite version of, my favorite chiptune rendition of Whole New World. So we got this lovely music, but also ducks and tornadoes and lightning and buildings to dodge. Oh dear, barely dodged that. Oh, and yeah, horses that jump up to the sky too. I'll show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, fucking lightning is the line. Did you last let your heart decide? Oh, I thought those were power-ups. I just got, like, I want to be the guide there. Freaking fallen berries of you. No one to tell us no or where to go. Let's say we're only dreaming. It's been, okay. I was never a big fan of the songs in this game. To be honest, I don't know if you guys were this kind of kid like I was. I always fast forwarded through this scene when I was rewatching Aladdin as a kid. I always fast forwarded through Whole New World when I was a little kid. I don't know if you guys were this kind of douchebag too, but yeah, I always used to fast forward through Whole New World. I never memorized the lyrics to the song or anything. I can remember them if I think about it, but yeah. What's the lie? What's the lie? I'm Prince Ali Ababwa. I wish to genie. I wish to the genie to become Prince Ali Ababwa, and that's who I am. I mean, she's got a point. Like, he's not even wearing, like, glasses or anything. It's not even like a Superman type deal where it's like, oh, he's wearing glasses, so he's a different person. He's just got a hat. He's just Aladdin with a hat. Also, that's a good cover story. I dress as a commoner to escape the pressures of the common man. Which is literally what Jasmine was doing when we first met her. It's like, oh, it's not that strange. Are they gonna kiss? Are we gonna have an 8-bit kiss here? Do they kiss in the original? I don't even remember. Maybe she just... Oh! Drawn up in, like, 8-bit portraits and everything. Holy shit, that's illicit. Oh, it's game over. We got caught by... I swear to God I'm gonna remember this guy's name by the end of the playthrough here. Not Raja, but something kind of like that. This is actually kind of a big moment in the film right here, where the genie just decides to do something of his own volition. Like, he doesn't get tricked by Aladdin or anything, he just decides to do this. Or does he? Does he count this as the second wish? I actually can't remember. What was Aladdin's second wish? Does this count? I actually don't remember. What other retro game did you miss? We played the Triple Trouble, Sonic Triple Trouble, 16-bit remake. We played the original Triple Trouble. We played GG Aleste 2. We played Deep Duck Trouble on Sega Master System. And now we're playing Aladdin on the Master System. Just doing a little Game Gear stream right here, I guess. I mean, I say Game Gear, we're playing the Master System versions of all these games. Once again, this chase sequence is a lot more difficult on the Game Gear, where you've got a lot less screen to deal with and a lot less look ahead to make all these jumps. GG? Yes, exactly. Got him! Oh, you're cornered now, Jaffer. Also, this game has probably the final boss that's closest to the original film. This whole time, too. What is this? This is Aladdin on the Game Gear. Or Master System, technically, this version. I owned the Game Gear version as a kid, but this is the Master System version, because that happens to be the version I have a ROM for. Oh, you two will be wed at once, and then you, my boy, will become Sultan! Oh, I get to wear this giant hat and everything? What is GG? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. GG Aleste 2. That's the game. Bad form, Aladdin. Not keeping your promises. Gilbert Gottfried is in Aladdin. That's so fucking weird to comprehend. Oh, even more than that. Have any of you guys seen Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar? Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar, where Iago, played by Gilbert Gottfried, is arguably the main character of that movie, and has... How many songs does he have? How many songs does Gilbert Gottfried sing in Return of Jafar? I think it's at least 3. I think he has at least 3, maybe 4. Damn, that dude... Total freaking biter here. Stole my threads. Jafar's actually looking pretty stylish in his Prince duds there. Oh, there he goes, back to normal. Oh, hey, the Sultan's naked, too. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's the part where Jafar stole his clothes. That's right. I missed that. Oh my god, Prince Ali is actually Aladdin? What? What's the name of anti-Aladdin? Mum Ra? Or are you I have no idea what you're talking about, Saturn Meteor. I'm sorry. Mum Ra, I think, was a character in Heroes of New Earth, but that's, I think, the only place I've heard that name. Oh, you know what? I think it was also one of the villains in Sentinels of the Multiverse. So yeah, in the film, Aladdin picks up a sword and like attacks Snake Jafar with it. I think this is the only... I mean, okay, in the Genesis version of Aladdin, Aladdin uses the sword all the time, but only in this version does he pick up the sword right at the end and use it to kill Snake Jafar. Fuck. Not going great. Not going great so far. Whoa. Yeah, if I just stay put, I think I remember this. If I just stay put, he won't hit me. Whoa. Ow! Monzenrath. Okay. Whoa. Whoa! You know, I think if I get through phase 1 without taking any damage, I can just run towards this guy. Never mind. Never mind, we're doing very badly here, actually. Ah, no. Almost got him. Almost got him. Just like one more hit. One more hit. Please stop. Shit! That's really fast. Once again, I think this might be a little bit easier on Game Gear, where it doesn't quite take as many hits to push him off the edge of the screen. Oh, I can jump that. Well, that was a joke of a final boss. There we go. I game over to that guy like 4 times before we beat him. Mosenroth. Oh, I do remember this guy. Yeah, I do recognize this guy. I watched the Aladdin TV series back in the day. I don't remember much about it, but I recognize this guy, yeah. Anyways, that was the end of the game. That was the final boss right there, yeah. Honestly, I think this is the most impressive final boss, like the most epic version of Snake Jafar. Like, the Genesis version is just too tiny. He's like this little guy in the middle of the screen. And you throw apples at him to kill him, which just feels kind of weird. The Super Nintendo version is pretty cool. There's a few ways to hit him. You can, like, kind of bound off of his tail and kind of chain jump onto his head. You can wait for him to kind of jiggle his snake meat and, like, ripple up to give you a high jump up to his head. It's a cool boss fight, but, like, on the Game Gear, this boss fight is really impressive, because Jafar, like, stretches up to the whole height of the screen. Once again, on the big TV, on the Master System, not quite as spectacular. I drank like a third of this gin tonight. Also, I succeeded at my fast today. I have not eaten a single morsel of food since I woke up this morning. I was really hungry, like halfway through the stream here, but I guess that all subsided. It was probably that second cup of coffee. Usually, if I start getting hunger pangs in the morning, it'll go away with that first or second cup of coffee. You're eating fats? I like fats. Fats is delicious. So does anyone remember the movie? Does anyone remember what Aladdin's second wish was? I think that the genie counted rescuing him from the ocean as his second wish, which feels like a bit of a ripoff to me. All right, one prince coming right up. Oh, okay, they left that out. I wish for the Nile. Oh, say I want the Nile. Right, of course Aladdin wouldn't come up with that on his own. I wish for the Nile. No way! Fuck you! You can't have the Nile. I'm free. And then he just comes back in the end. He just comes back to serving Aladdin in the second movie. Good stuff. Return of Jafar is kind of a crap movie, to be honest. I really liked it as a kid. Like, I watched it a bunch, but yeah, Return of Jafar was kind of a load of crap. Iago, played by Gilbert Gottfried, sings at least 3 songs. At least 2. I know there's definitely 2. Maybe 3, maybe more. I don't quite remember. It's probably been even longer since as long as it's been since I've seen Aladdin, it's definitely been even longer since I've seen Return of Jafar. That's right, it's the law is the problem. We need to abolish the law. I mean, a new law. 3 times? I don't even remember how many times I saw it in the cinema, but I definitely saw it like 50 times on home video. Curse of the Golden Flower. Is that a wuxia film? I seem to remember that one. That was like one of the ones that kind of got released in the wake of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Of those like Chinese martial arts films. There was like that and Hero and House of Flying Daggers. Kind of came out around that same time. You know what? I think I saw Curse of the Golden Flower alone in theaters. I think that was around the time where like my taste in films was kind of esoteric enough that like none of my high school friends watched the same kind of stuff I did, and neither did my family. So I used to go to movies alone back when I was in high school. I would see stuff like Hero and Curse of the Golden Flower alone in theaters. Leto was the main planner for this one, along with Johnny Itetsu, Kikawa HPU, and Max T2. Eskawa was the main programmer on this one. Probably the sole programmer. How many other programs are there? Yama X and Chaos Brain. Visual programmers. I'm assuming that's like graphics. That's like the spriters, I'm assuming. Main designer, Johnny Itetsu. Aladdin designer, Kikawa HPU. Anime designer, Max T2. So it's like we had 3 programmers. It's like these are our 3 programmers, and like one of them's the Aladdin designer, one of them's the enemy designer. Etc. designer, Manma. Music composer. Composer? Is that really the right term here? More like music transcriber. More like music adapter. I love this version of Whole New World. This is probably my favorite rendition of it out of the 3 Aladdin movies. 2006? Maybe not. Maybe I'm confusing Golden Flower with House of Flying Daggers. Yeah, you're right. Golden Flower was 2006. Flying Daggers was 2004. Yeah, I don't think I saw Golden Flower in theaters. I think I rented that one. House of Flying Daggers I saw in theaters. That one was 2004. I would have been in 11th grade at the time, I think. I don't know. Let me do some math. 10, 20, 19, 18, 17. Yeah, I would have been in 11th grade when House of Flying Daggers came out. Yeah, it was House of Flying Daggers was the one I saw in theaters. I would have been in my first year of college for Curse of the Golden Flower, which I think I rented and didn't see in theaters. Regardless, I did not watch it 3 times. I think the only movie I've ever seen more than once in theaters was The Da Vinci Code. And, not exactly because I loved that film or anything. I did not go to see The Da Vinci Code alone in theaters. I went once with my dad and once with friends. I think it was for a friend's birthday. My dad, if I remember right, I think my dad was a big fan of the Da Vinci Code. I think he read the book, if I remember right. Maybe I'm misremembering. He had an interest in the film, so he wanted to see it. I watched it with my dad, and then for some reason my friend wanted to see it. I think we went for his birthday. And I was like, oh, I've seen it already, but I won't complain. You know, you're my friend, so I'll just watch it again anyways. And that's what I did. Aladdin, I don't even know if I saw this in theaters at all, but I watched it on home video like 20 times. And I've played this Game Gear game like 20 times, probably more than that, on the ride to Grandma's house. And now I've played it that many times plus one. That's it. That's Aladdin. I have now streamed every Game Gear game I've ever owned. We've done Aladdin and Deep Duck Trouble today. I'm pretty sure I did Sonic 2 at least once before. Probably twice. And what was the fourth? Oh yeah, Sonic Drift. We did Sonic Drift today too. So I did 3 of the 4 Game Gear games I owned today. Game Gear is done. We are done with Game Gear. We're also done with Skies of Arcadia. This is a big day today. We completed 4 different games. That's kind of amazing. And we're gonna do Berwick Saga tomorrow. And that's the plan. Berwick Saga, back to Berwick Saga tomorrow. It's really late right now though, so if we're gonna do Berwick, I'm gonna have to get up nice and early tomorrow. So I'm gonna have to get to bed early for that. And it's late already, so we're gonna get to bed. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for enjoying some Game Gear, Sonic Drift, and Deep Duck Trouble, and Game Gear Aleste, and Aladdin with me, and Skies of Arcadia. Boom. That's 4 games down today. Crazy stuff. Thank you all for coming out and enjoying all those with me. We're going to be back with Berwick Saga tomorrow. Have a good whatever time of day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good one.